Hello everyone. I have been doing a little shopping and it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't know where I'm going to start, but here we go. Okay, I have a Walmart bag, so I guess that's what I'm going to start with. Okay, I got this vinyl right here, and it was in the remnant section. It was a yard and a half. It's $2.97 a yard, and I paid $4.46 for it. It is probably like 60 inches wide, and so my new son-in-law, well, I made myself a one of those trash bags for the cars, and he liked it. You know, I got a new car, and he was looking in my new car, and he saw that, and he says, "Can you make me one?" I says, "Yeah, I can make you one." I says, "You have to pick out your fabric." He says, "Well, I want black." And I says, "Well, probably black with a little design in it." He said, "That's fine." So I got him this, and then I got him these fat quarters. These were like 97 cents. And so I got him these to make his bag with. And what I do is I put the vinyl on the inside, so that way if it gets messy you can wipe it off. And then I put this on the outside, and you can still throw it in the wash machine if you want, even with the vinyl. But more likely the inside is going to get messy before the outside will, because I've had mine for what, maybe a year now, maybe 6 months, something like that. 6 months to a year I've had mine. And my daughter wants one too, my youngest daughter, the one that just got married. My oldest daughter, I don't know if she's ever seen it, but I'm planning on making her one. So she's coming over June 4th, and I'm going to tell her to pick out her fabric if she wants one. Okay, now I saw these on the clearance section. These were 50 cents each, and these are remnants. Not remnants, I'm sorry, these are fat quarters. They're 18 by 21 inches. So there was 5 of them, so I got all 5. And then, let's see here. I think that's all from Walmart. I might have more, but I'm not really sure. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is, if I can get this off, is from the Wish Company, I think. Yes, it's from the Wish Company. And I got some more of these lobster claw hooks, so I can make more of the leashes for the dogs. I was just going to keep it. I was going to put it back in my bag, but... And let's see here. Okay, I was excited to get this. Now these, I think, now, remember in one of my videos I said that they have some things where they're free, but you pay for the shipping? I think this was one of them. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that these are one of them. I got some bamboo crochet hooks. I've been wanting bamboo crochet hooks for a long time. And so when I saw these on their website, I was real excited about it. Now, in the description, I will put the price that I paid for everything. And if I can find like a web address or something, I'll also put that in the description. But anyhow, on these hooks, this is what they look like. Really nice, and they're really nicely made. They've got the little whatever you want to call it right here for your thumb, because I crochet like this. Some people crochet like this, but I crochet like this. And then some people, they hold it like a pencil, sort of like this. But anyhow, I got a 6.5 millimeter, and these are all in millimeters. And American crochet hooks, they're letters, and international, their numbers with the millimeters. So anyhow, this is a 7mm, and this is the thicker one. Now I'm going to show you the difference between this and the 6.5. You can see the difference. And then this is the smallest one, I believe, which is a 3mm. See how tiny and thin that is? And then I have a 5.5. You're gonna, I don't think it's going to focus in. Okay, and then I got a 6mm, and now this is a real thick one. This is an 8mm, so that's really thick, and you can see the little indent right there where your thumb goes. And then I got a 4mm. I got, oh, they gave me 2 4mm. But look at that. I got another 3.5. Let me check and see. What is this one? That's 3, 4. Maybe I don't have another 3.5 like, because I thought maybe not. Let's see here. There's 3.5, 4, 3. Okay, I thought I had another one of them. And then a 7, a 9. This is the thickest one. A 5. And, oh, here is another 3.5. So I do have 2 3.5s. Where is it? Yep. I have 2 3.5s. So I may be putting these 2 in my Etsy store. Just might do that. Okay, and then I got this. I was real glad to see this too, also from Wish. Oh, I just noticed that. Here's the Chinese postal stamp. Whatever. Huh. Okay. I got this where it was free and I paid for shipping. The chain is broke, and I don't know if I want to let the company know, because I really didn't know I was going to get a chain. I didn't know it was going to be a necklace. I just thought it was cute because it's a clock. And it actually works. Let me get on my computer and, well, I can't check my phone, can I, while I'm recording? Let me turn my computer on. And I'm going to check the time to see if it's the right time, because it says it's almost 1:50, 10 minutes till 2. But it does work. See the second hand going around? And then the back of it, you can replace the battery. But then it has this push-in right here, where you push it in to get the clock to start working, right here. But I just think it's so cute, and like I said, the chain's broke. See right there? If it stays still. The chain is broke right there. And here's the other end of it. It was like this when I took it out of the bag. So, like I said, I didn't expect this to be a necklace because I really didn't read the whole description. So, I don't know if I want to let the company know. So, I'm thinking about it. But I just thought it was something cute I can set somewhere in my sewing room. Maybe on this, maybe on this bear up here, in between the threads. I could probably stick it up there, or maybe on my shelf right here. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but anyhow, that's what I was planning on doing when I ordered it. Okay, so the time is 1:46, So I set my clock probably about 2 or 3 minutes fast, so it is keeping up with the time. So that's pretty good. All right, and then I went to an estate sale. I got 2 music books. I don't have them in here with me, but I got 2 music books for the piano. I started taking piano lessons probably when I was 6 years old, and I don't know why, but I've always had problems using my left hand. So in the flea market downtown where I live, there's a woman that teaches piano from beginner all the way up. And so I classify myself as maybe an intermediate, not really an advanced, because I can't play with my left hand that well. So I saw her and I told her about my history with playing the organ and the piano and that kind of thing, and about me playing really since I was 2, because I started getting I've always been raised with an organ in my house growing up, and so probably ever since I was 2 or 3 years old I've been on an organ, and I probably did more of, you know, this kind of thing on the organ than I did really playing notes. But my parents saw some kind of a talent in me during that time. And so when I was 6 years old, my father had his own music store, and he offered lessons. He had instructors, but he offered lessons to anyone that wanted to come in. And he didn't push about selling his organs and pianos. If people were interested, of course he showed everything there was. And but anyhow, he offered lessons. And so, being my parents saw the talent in me, they wanted me to take lessons, and I did. And so anyhow, that is my history. And I told the instructor that. So I'm going to be having lessons every Thursday, starting this coming Thursday, and I'm real excited. And I told her, I says, I've got some of my old lesson books, and I do have some easy play books for the left hand. So I told her, I says, I'm going to gather up all that I have, and then I'm going to let her decide where to start me, because she knows more about what I need than I know. So anyhow, end of that. I just wanted to say that I got some music books. I really didn't realize I was going to go into detail about everything. But anyhow, so at the estate sale, I found this. It's called a seamstress iron. They had $2 on it, but the day that I went to the estate sale, they had a half price sale. I got this thing for $1. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, let me take that old tape off. But anyhow, look at that. And so I looked on the inside of it, and I saw that it was still in the original packaging, like it's never been used. So I don't know if I want to sell this or if I want to keep it, but I'm going to try it out first to see how much it works, and then I'll decide what to do. Then they had CDs. How much were these CDs? Let me think. How much were they? I think they were 25 cents each. Because how much did I pay? I paid her $3.50. So 2. They were 50 cents each. Okay, so anyhow, I got some CDs, and I got one for George Gershwin, 101 Strings. It has Rhapsody in Blue, Summertime, Old Lady Be Good, about 12 songs on here. And George Gershwin, he was a famous composer in the 1920s and 1930s. I don't know if some of you know about those kind of composers or what, but anyhow, he is he's a composer that wrote music for Broadway's. He did ragtime music. He did some really fantastic, outstanding music. Anyhow, he is my #1 most favorite composer of all time. The 20th century, the 21st century. He is my most loved composer. Now, he had a brother. His brother's name was Ian. And him and Ian used to write the music together. So they, one did the music and one did the words. I think that Ian is the one that wrote the words, and I think George is the one that wrote the music part, the notes. So anyhow, I was real excited when I saw this. And Rhapsody in Blues. If you have never heard that song, you need to get on YouTube or Google it or something, but you need to hear the song, and you need to hear the original composition of it. You need to hear the one that George Gershwin actually put together, him and his brother. It is, the song makes me go from maybe people walking down a sidewalk to cars going down the road to maybe leaves falling. I mean, this song has so much in it, and it has a lot of feeling into it. So if you've never heard Rhapsody in Blue, you really, really need to listen to this song. So anyhow, enough of that. I got a CD here from Sammy Davis Jr. It's called That Old Black Magic, and this has never been opened, as you can see. So I was so excited because I've always loved Sammy Davis Jr. I've always thought he was a good singer, and I started knowing him from probably the 70s when I was a teenager, and he used to sing the Candyman. And yep, and it's on here. I just noticed it's song number 5. So anyhow, there's about 10 of his songs on here. So when I'm in my sewing room, I may be working on the computer on my Etsy store, or I may be sewing, and I've got to have something going on, some kind of music going on. Or if I'm sewing, sometimes I like to put YouTube on, or maybe I'm an Amazon Prime member, so sometimes I like to go to Amazon and just have a movie on while I'm sewing. But I need some kind of background something. So anyhow, yeah, that's why I've got CDs. Oh, I know I've got over 100 CDs. Okay, but anyhow, get back to it. I've got what's called Late Night Piano for Lovers, the romantic pianos of Ronnie Aldrich. Now, I've never heard of Ronnie Aldrich, but I do love piano music, as you know, because I just explained to you about my background. And there are 24 songs on here, and there's a lot of lovely songs on here called Ebb Tide, The Thought of You, I'll Be Seeing You. I love that song, I'll Be Seeing You. That is from the 1940s during World War II. See, my father, he also played. As you know, you probably figured out he had his own music store. But he also played. And so I grew up with a lot of songs from the 30s and the 40s and the 20s, even the early 1900s, like 1900, 1910, and whatever. Because my father played a little bit of everything. So I grew up with these songs. Anyhow, Love Letters, Long Ago and Far Away, How Deep is the Ocean, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, Stella by Starlight, Among My Souvenirs, Darn That Dream, Evening Star, Where or When, Deep Purple, More Than You Know, I'll Never Smile Again, Embraceable You, Don't Blame Me, I Have Dreams, September Song, I'm in the Mood for Love, If I Loved You, Lonely Lover, Moonlight in Vermont, Spring Will Be a Little Late This Year. So I know all these songs because I've heard them I don't know how many times in my life. And I also play them myself on the organ. Okay, and then I got one from Peggy Lee. And this is still in the packaging. I don't know if you can see the wrapper or not. And so this is also in its packaging. As you, yeah, you can probably see that. And so this is Peggy Lee, and it's she's got fever. I'm a woman. Is that all there is? You gotta have heart. My man, a doodling song, hallelujah, I love him so, big spender, all right, okay, you win, the Alley Cat song. Now there's only a few songs on here that I recognize, and that's the Alley Cat, Big Spender, and I think I've heard of You Gotta Have Heart. And then Jackie Gleason. I've never had an album from Jackie Gleason before. When I saw this, I knew I had to get it. I'm in the mood for love, Deep Purple, I'll be seeing you, love is here to stay, I only have eyes for you, call me irresponsible, I can't get started, more, alone together, come rain or shine. And this is the original Capitol recording album that he did back, I don't know what year. Does it tell me? Well, this CD was made in 1993. I'm not sure when Jackie Gleason did this, probably in the 60s, because it looks like a photo from the 60s. I'm not sure. So anyhow, that is enough for my rambling on. Now, I have a question for you, and I would like some feedback on it. I am thinking about putting some tutorials together, and I know that some of you like my sewing tutorials. I'm also thinking about doing some tips and tricks for sewing, like Sewing 101 for beginners, or maybe closer to intermediate sewing. I'm learning machine embroidery, so maybe later on down the road I might do a tutorial on machine embroidery. But anyhow, that's what I'm thinking about doing. So give me some feedback. Let me know if you would be interested in the sewing tips, and if so, then I'm going to start doing them once a week. I'll probably do them on, let's see, what day? I don't know what day. I would have to think about it. And I would be religious about doing it on that day too. And then my tutorials I can do another day of the week, and then my hauls I can do whenever I get around to it. So, you know, just let me know what you think, and I'll be waiting to hear. And if I get a lot of yeses, or I get a lot of yeah, let's do it, then I'm going to start it this week. Today's Sunday, so I will start it this week. Okay, well, you have a good day or good night whenever you're watching this. Please subscribe and click the like channel and leave comments and questions. And don't forget to leave me some feedback. All right, bye-bye for now.